Welcome to the FantasyFootballFirst.com podcast.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
Where we'll hang out and discuss all things fantasy football.
Go rock this thing, huh? Love you, man. Go get it.
We'll give our best fantasy advice, predictions, insights, and more.
Play our game. All right? Play hard, but stay poised.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. The show starts with Devin, Rick, and Quinn right now.
Welcome, First fans. Today, we've got a great episode for you. We are going to talk about the Patriots running back situation. It's full of hodgepodge. Are there any values there? No values there? You want some of those guys? You don't want any of those guys? We're here to break it down and give you some information that you can take to your draft. Of course, it's early, so, we're looking for things to talk about. And this is one of them. We got some information over the weekend, or the last few days anyways, that Sony Michel had a minor surgery on his foot. So, what does that mean? I mean, obviously we would have thought that he was projected to be the starter, and now, who knows?
I know.
Well, I'm glad somebody does.
I know that the Patriots are going to fall now.
I wouldn't be so sure.
Well, here's the thing. They were never even, the running team, since...
Well, yeah, but they had some sprinklings of runnings mixed in. It really depends. I mean, that's Belichick for you.
But the way it works is he has a great running back. Well, not great, but, one that does the yards. He has James White to take out everything else, and then,
catch them passes.
Yeah, and then just some goal line guy.
Yeah, different
potentially
guys.
Rex Burkhead maybe.
Brandon Bolden.
But if Sony Michel doesn't play, James White can't be the man. He doesn't run.
Right. Well, tidbit. They drafted Damian Harris last year, and his stats show that he had a total of 1 yard last season.
Do you find him valuable?
I'm beginning to lean more and more.
Wait, how many carries?
1 carry.
Okay. If he had 2 carries for 1 yard, that's something.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that he could
sounds
be
like
a
a man.
sneaky little value late end, or obviously in Dynasty, if you've got him, you can maybe be able to insert him and play him this season. I mean, like you said, I think James White is going to be the pass catching back no matter what. But will there be some sort of a value, a flex play, a bye week play, or if he gets hot? I mean, who knows how much they're going to run this season with out Tom Brady.
So, I mean, if you look at the Patriots like a few years ago, when Deion Lewis was there, they switched out Deion Lewis, Brandon Bolden, and Rex Burkhead.
Yeah.
There was no clear 100% starter. The past couple of years, Sony Michel has gotten over 200 carries every year.
Yeah.
And that's including with his injury issues. So, it seems like Belichick is leaning toward that starting running back situation. I don't think he wants to do that rotating thing anymore. I think there's going to be a clear running back. I really wouldn't worry about Sony Michel's injury.
So you think he's the man. Now, you realize that over the last several years, he's had like 7 injuries.
2 years.
No, I mean into college. And even high school. He's an injury-prone man.
And I don't think Bill Belichick goes to a 1 running back thing.
He has been over the past 2 years.
Well, 1 running back on like first and second down, and then on third down it's...
I don't think
or passing downs, it's someone else.
Over 200 carries is a number 1 running back.
The last time we saw something close to that was with LeGarrette Blount, and it still didn't do anything.
What you're saying is the last time you saw someone good running the ball was...
Well, LeGarrette Blount wasn't good, though.
Because he didn't have... I don't think he had that many more carries over the whole season than Sony Michel. But his carries were better.
Well, LeGarrette Blount got most of his carries when Deion Lewis was there.
Yeah.
When he was rotating the ball. And, LeGarrette Blount did get more carries, but he was still rotating the ball.
Well, he is more exciting, too, because he is really aggressive. I mean, you enjoyed watching him as a running back, watching him play. I mean, he was very physical and, got those extra few yards, where I don't see that out of Sony Michel.
Harris.
Well, we haven't seen Harris. But
You've seen him for 1
He went to Alabama, and he dominated pretty darn good in the SEC over his 3 years that he was a starter.
Okay.
So, I mean, he has the pedigree to be a starting running back.
He dominated. You'd think that he would have played him already.
Yeah,
but he did have some. Maybe it's the playbook. Maybe he needed to learn the playbook better, or maybe he needed to work on blocking.
I don't think it would have taken
a lot of reasons,
a whole year to learn the playbook.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing too is, I mean, Belichick doesn't draft, offensive weapons early, and he drafted Sony Michel in the first round. Maybe he wants to, save some face and.
Well, we haven't seen anything out of Sony Michel that really excites our engines.
That is exactly why I'm saying keep your eye out on Damian Harris.
I think you should just stay away from the team.
That's
for
a
running
possibility
backs.
too. But this year is maybe a different year because I think they might be looking to run even more.
No, I think
I don't like Damian Harris, honestly. I think if Sony Michel's injured, I would say lean toward Rex Burkhead. If Damian Harris was as talented as you say, then when Sony Michel was dealing with limited injury problems last year, they would have leaned toward Damian Harris a little bit more.
Well, they did for one carry. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but I mean that's what a third, fourth down string running back does.
Right.
That's normal.
Yeah.
I think for the fantasy part of this, the only person I can think about trusting is James White if I'm in PPR.
Yeah, he probably will be pretty good.
That's the only person I would think about playing, honestly. Because, I mean, even when you look at last year, Sony Michel has breakout games, but he gets you 2 or 3 points games sometimes.
Right. Yeah. So there is reason to believe that a running back could be viable if he were to stay healthy, if they use the running game, if.
Yeah, but I just don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of ifs.
We'll see.
Well, obviously nobody's drafting either of these guys, any of them, early.
I think my thing is.
I mean, these are mid to late round running backs, which is, I mean, when you're looking at running backs, I mean,
in the 7th, 8th round.
Sure, and obviously someone like Damian Harris, he might be on waiver wires. I mean, it depends on as it gets closer to the season. If he gets a lot more carries and looks good, he's going to move way up the charts. But right now, you can pick him up as your, last round, second to last round, third to last round pick, and have a potential starter. But I mean, you have to wait and see as the preseason, if there is a preseason, comes along, and see how he gets used.
Okay.
And we also have to see if Sony Michel will be healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest key, I think, right there.
Yeah, surgery can take a while. I know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have to see if he's going to be healthy at the beginning of the year. They might put him on the PUP list. We don't know.
Right. Well, that's what they talked about. I mean, it depends on how healthy he is.
Yep.
But with Stidham, we don't know how many, how much they're going to want to throw with him. And they have a decent offensive line. So, I mean, I think there's ability to run the ball. So, anything else you guys want to add about the
Patriots backfield?
I
think we can almost guarantee that Rex Burkhead is nobody. So
I don't think so. I think he actually is the backup to Sony Michel. I think Sony Michel isn't playing, then Burkhead's your guy.
Well, if Burkhead's my guy, then Harris isn't.
Right.
Yeah, actually,
well, that's what he's saying. He thinks that Burkhead would be the guy.
I don't think Harris is valuable.
Burkhead has never shown to be the guy ever.
No, he's had some pretty good games.
No.
Well, he's had a few games where he's had a couple touchdowns. I mean, I don't think his stats were anywhere near. I mean, obviously, last year he finished with 76 fantasy points. That doesn't mean you can't have a game or two that were good. And I remember him scoring in a couple games where he had a couple touchdowns, and everybody else was ticked because Michelle would drive it down the field, and then
but if you think about it, 76 fantasy points,
come in and get the touchdowns.
Yeah, but this is we're not talking about if Burkhead's good. We're talking about what he's going to do for fantasy, and I don't think he can do anything for fantasy.
Yeah.
But no, 76 points is not enough to.
Well, I mean, none of those points are any good. I mean, you don't really want any of those players on your team. I think Sony Michel finishes the 31st ranked running back, which is not even an RB2. I mean, he just, that's barely a flex play.
Yeah.
No bueno for any of those. I mean, somebody would have to come up and start taking over and running the ball and getting some touchdowns. And maybe even catching. And I don't know if Harris can catch or not. We'd probably have to look into that. Because if he can be a 3-down back, that would
take away from White.
That would take away from White, and that would also make the Patriots a little more dangerous because when White comes on the field, they knows what's happening. It's a pass play.
Just everything that you guys keep adding on just makes me keep wanting to stay away from them further.
So the typical. So once again, we're going to.
There's nothing that
every year.
There's nothing that you guys have told me so far that will tell me that I want to draft these guys. Sony Michel with his possible injury, James White. We don't even know if Harris is going to take his.
Well, and that's why I'm saying the only one that I would take a chance on would be Harris, because you can get him for free. He doesn't cost you anything. You stash him on the end of the bench. If nothing happens, you can easily cut him and pick up somebody else. Someone like Sony Michel and James White, you're going to have to keep on your bench because you're going to have to draft them in what, the 7th, 12th round, something like that?
Maybe what we should be telling our audience is to not draft them at all. Let the other.
Well, that's what I mean. People are going to draft them, though. Somebody is, and that's why I'm saying.
Like at what point?
Patriots.
Yeah, at one point. Yeah. But what I'm saying is I don't think I'd draft any of them at any point.
The only person that I would take a chance on is James White, because he gets just about 100 targets every year.
Yeah, but still with that, he finished with 126 points last year. Not enough to be worthwhile. Now, the year before, he got quite a bit of run, but he had a lot of touchdowns. And that's the thing that makes somebody
what
go
if
up or down.
Stidham is just like what they did with the Steelers and just keep dumping it off? James White. I mean, I don't know how Bill Belichick is going to play, but...
Yeah, I don't know either. That's why this is early discussion. We're going to look into the training camp, see what's happening, kind of dissect it a little more, and figure out where we want to go. But this was our tidbit for you guys today.
Our 2 cents.
We appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys have any information or comments or things you want to talk about the Patriots running back, write a comment. Or if you'd have a question, put it in the comments. We'd be happy to answer it. You can check out our website, which is fantasyfootballfirst.com. We've got a new site that's got a lot of different information. We're writing articles. We're posting up videos. We're going to be having some NFL merchandise. So all sorts of good stuff to come on that. And once again, if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy this video, give us a thumbs up, because it helps us out either way.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well,
I'll tell you what, I'd appreciate that joke.
And he would appreciate the like.
Appreciate the joke.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you in a few days for another video. Thanks again.
Thank you for listening to the FantasyFootballFirst.com podcast.
Jackson throws the plate. Crabtree has it for a touchdown.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Get more fantasy info and check us out at FantasyFootballFirst.com.